Parallel thigh. This series strengthens and elongates the thigh muscles, developing long, lean legs and calves. You will need a mat, a chair, a rolled up towel, or block. Let's start with our warm-up. As we lift our knees toward our chest, swing the arms out from the shoulders, we're building heat. Lubrication in the joints, shoulders and hips. Pull up through your abdominal core and breathe. Feel good about the warm-up and feel good about the work that's about to happen for your legs. After a few of these, we're going to interlace our fingers now and take the knees up to a higher level.
And this also starts to create focus for the next series of movement.
Yeah, focusing in on your breath. Think about pulling in and up through the core and focusing on the air coming in and out. And then just let the sensations of what you're doing register in your body and in your mind. Getting good and warm through the hips and the legs, the back of the leg and the hamstrings.
And make sure your knees come to your arms as opposed to your arms to your knees.
Okay, now just take a sturdy chair, face into the chair, feet about hips width apart and parallel, ears over shoulders over hips. Going to bend the knees and then roll up onto the balls of the feet. Now, as soon as you do this, you're activating your thigh muscles, one of the largest muscle groups in the body. Let's just start to do a few movements, taking the hips down a few inches and up a few inches. Inhale on the down phase, exhale on the up phase. Now, don't be surprised if just small movements really start to burn and maybe even your legs might start to shake or quiver. Don't let that stop you.
And remember to keep your heels lifted as high as possible.
Yeah, the priorities with this exercise are the alignment of your body. Notice how we try to keep ears over shoulders over hips and then the heels very high. Hold one of these reps now. A lot of work in stillness. Hold, hold, hold. And release up. Okay, there's your first set. Take a deep breath. And now we're ready for set number 2, which is going to be pretty much the same movement, but a deeper range of motion. So let's roll up onto the balls of the feet one more time. Bend the knees. Right there's your starting position. Be a good challenge for you not to straighten your legs when you come up. Now down toward knee level, exhale up 1. Lowering down toward knee level, and up 2.
For less intense variation, stay a little higher as I am, a little less bend in the knees. You will still feel it.
Now, if you have a mirror to look at your profile, that would be a good thing. If not, try to remember not to sit back, because that's common in this exercise, thinking to go lower is better. Actually, what's better is to keep the alignment ear, shoulder, hips, heels high, then see if you can bring your hips down to knee level. Just a few more now. Challenge yourself not to straighten your legs when you come up. Hold there. Inhale down. Exhale up. Getting intense now. Hang tough. Inhale down. Hold. Now we're trying to get knee level. Just a few seconds. Hold. Look at the high heels. Back straight. Stay, stay, stay. And release. Okay, great. You should really feel that work. Now, third set, we're going to use the towel between the inner thighs. You can also use a block. And the idea here now is to engage the inner thighs a little more by adding internal pressure on the inner thigh muscles. So bend the knees. Keeping the feet flat to begin. Little presses into the towel. In. Of course, that's hardly visible because the movement is so small. But if you combine pressing in with pulling up in the abdominals, you start to make a really good connection to your core muscles. Now roll up onto the balls of your feet. Here we go. Lowering the body down. And up. Down 2. Now again, the challenge here, not to straighten the legs when you come up.
And using the towel or the block helps to increase your inner thigh strength. Also, orthopedically, it helps to support any knee issues.
Now, building the strength of these large muscles helps the metabolism of your body skyrocket for maximum calorie burning and energy production. We're going to hold one. Press in. Heels high. Try to stay right there. A few more seconds. And release up. Great job. Man, that's tough. Okay, we're going to bend our knees one more time. Let's try to stay in the position now and really focus in. This is one of those defining moments of the exercise where you want to stay in the position as much as you possibly can. Moving down toward knee level and up. Inhale on the down, exhale as you go up. Now you might have to work up to that level of bringing the hips down to the knee level. So stay as close to the knee level as you can without sitting back, without dropping the heels. And my God, after 3 or 4 reps, your legs are going to be on fire.
And remember, keep a neutral lower back. Just keep it pulling in your abdominal muscles the entire time.
About core fusion exercises, they're very high in intensity, and what that means is you get really fast results. So stick with it. Couple more. Inhale to go down. Exhale to come up. The chair is just holding your balance. It's really not so much that you're going to be pulling on that chair. Keep the hands light. Okay, now we're there. Hold that spot. Heels are up. Good. Back straight. Abdomen in. Press that towel a little stronger and release. Okay, now turn side view and put one hand on the chair. Extend the arm out in front of you slightly. Other hand on your hip. And now turning in this position makes the exercise just a little bit more challenging since you only have one hand for balance. We're going to take a water ski angle, so we're leaning back now, shoulders slightly behind the hips pressing up to flatten at the hip flexor area where your hips and thighs come together. Heels high. Now from that position, pressing in on the towel. Press in, press in, press in. You can see the little movements in the thighs, and then small pelvic tilts, under, under, under. So you're wrapping the gluteals into the thighs and really making a connection. And then come up. Take a breath and release. Okay, let's take a quick stretch for the thigh to elongate the muscle. Hold onto your foot with your hand and bring the knee back behind the hip and push the pelvis forward. And notice how the thigh muscle lengthens down from the hip to the knee.
And one of our core fusion principles is to stretch immediately following a strengthening phase.
Yeah, Liz, that helps to prevent bulking in the muscle so that we get the result of that dense thigh, but it's also long and lean. The desired look. Okay, there's the finishing of the standing stretches. Let's come down to the floor now. And we're going to show you an exercise for the thighs that you do in a kneeling position. This is knees together, feet together, arms up. Now use your core, pull up in your abdominals, get a lift so that your ribs are pulling up off of your pelvis. And then take the seat off the heels and lower. Very small movement here. So you're pressing your shins and your insteps into the floor, and then you're lifting your body up using the strength of your thigh muscles. Very small movements, but notice the abdominals. As they pull up and pull in, they really help to aid the efficiency of this movement. Now hold right there on your heels. Think about pulling up through your core. Take a deep breath. We're going to take the seat up off the heels, and we are going to dance a little. Start to move your pelvis from side to side. Now get sexy with this. Think like you're in a club at night and you're just grooving away to the great music, moving your arms and your hips and side and side and side and pelvic hold and release down. Now the saddle stretch, which is a counter pose. As we open the hips there, that helps again to elongate the thigh from the hip to the knee. Notice Liz taking her position back a little farther, a little more advanced. Keep the knees anchored down into the floor as you challenge yourself in this stretch.
Along with your shins anchored down.
Breathe and release. Okay, let's just walk back over to the chair. Now a fold over stretch where you can use your chair. Hands on the chair. Take one foot back, the other foot forward. Bend forward from the hips if you're able to bring your hands to the floor. If not, keep your hands on the chair, flexing the front foot to help elongate the calf muscle. The back heel should be anchored down into the floor, feet hips width apart, and both feet parallel to each other. Breathe through the line of the stretch. Now take the back leg up. Liz demonstrating a standing split. And I'm taking my leg up to a more basic level for beginners or for people with tight hamstrings. Second side, same thing. Feet are hips width and parallel, flexing the top foot. Stepping up. Standing split for Liz.
Also, it's a wonderful hamstring stretch as well.
Hold and release down. Now bring the feet apart a little wider than the hips. Fold forward from the hips. Relax the back of the neck. Keep the abdominal muscles engaged. A slight softness in the knees. Heel toe the feet closer together. Hands on the knees as you roll up one vertebra at a time. Hope you enjoy that sensation in your legs for the rest of the day.